I decided to really connect with people more. I had to feel the feelings that I was running from by myself. So the fear, all the things I was hiding from by being militant and impenetrable, I had to feel those feelings for myself. That's what I realized. I had to feel those feelings. I had to sit there and just let it in.
Welcome, beautiful thinkers. I'd like to present this interview with my friend, Super Ego, talking about how he had a kind of traumatic experience and how it was difficult for him. Afterwards, he felt fear, he felt betrayal, and started to develop an identity just to try to avoid having those sensations and try to avoid having to trust people so he wouldn't have to ever put in the situation of betrayal again. So we talk about how he managed to get over that, how he processed his emotions with the help of yours truly doing some cognitive behavioral sessions so he could find out what was really preventing him from moving forward, and also the role of looking at the people in his life and making sure that they were a beneficial addition, and also through exercise. So if you're curious about cognitive behavioral sessions with me, about how they could help, keep listening to the end of the episode and I'll give you a little more information. All right, let's talk to Super Ego.
This is a beautiful thought.
I'm here with my friend, Super Ego, otherwise known on his birth certificate probably as Brandon Kitts. How are you, Super Ego?
Oh man, I'm feeling good right now. I'm in the moment and it's nice.
I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about a challenge that you had about when somebody burgled your home and took your studio equipment, which obviously devastating as any artist can imagine if somebody took the tools of your expression. So what was your life like, say, a month before the event happened?
I mean, it was pretty good. It's summertime, so that's when I'm at my best because the sun's out and I like the sun. And I was just making music a lot with my brother. I was living with my girlfriend at the time. And yeah, things were good. Felt good.
What was your relationship like with your girlfriend?
I mean, it was okay. I wasn't really happy in it. I never really loved her like that. I mean, she was cool to be with and stuff and all that, but we just were not a good match, really. You know, sometimes that happens. But during that, like the month before, like we were all good.
Yeah, fair enough. So was it like a good friendship, but maybe there wasn't like a whole lot of chemistry, that kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely better friends. That happens.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And what was your life like artistically or creatively?
Oh man, I was killing it. I was making a lot of music. Things were good. My bro was around, so we were making a lot of music together. Yeah, music was awesome.
What kind of thing were you working on?
Just a lot of beats, rhymes. I don't remember specifically what I was working on, but I know it was dope.
Yeah.
as per usual, sir.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Fair enough.
I say good day.
Yeah. And so you said you were happy, like summertime, sun's out, getting a lot of vitamin D. What's your life like emotionally other than that?
I don't really remember, honestly. I don't remember a lot of that time. I remember what happened with the event, but before that, not really too much.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. So what happened with the event?
I don't remember what really caused it, but things just started getting really toxic between her and I. I don't specifically remember. I think she was just like a kind of like a jealous person and thought I was doing stuff or whatever. Just whatever, delusional. I don't mean to call her delusional, but whatever.
All right. She was accusing you of things which weren't accurate.
Yeah, they weren't accurate. Yeah, and then one day, like, we got into it. We had a huge fight. And then from there, I had to get a restraining order against her. But before I could, she got one against me, and I got kicked out of my place. Well, I had to go away from my place for a couple weeks. And I couldn't be there, and she was there, and all my stuff was there too.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had the foresight to bring my computer, like my laptop, where I had all my beats on it, thankfully. And I was staying at my sister's. Yeah. And when the 2 weeks were up, I came back to my house, and everything was gone. Like all my speakers, I had turntables, all my music equipment, keyboards, sentimental stuff, like my cell phones with like my mom's voice messages, like the last messages she ever sent me was gone.
Wow.
Yeah, that really got me, man. And yeah, that sucked hard.
So what happened? Was it like your girlfriend actually robbed you?
Yeah. Yep, shook all my stuff.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah,
right.
I haven't really talked about this. I don't even think I've talked about it with you yet.
Yeah, I mean, I knew something had happened to you. But I didn't know the specifics of the event.
Yeah, in detail, I really never discussed it. It was always hard to discuss. And now, like, I'm mostly over it. Still, sometimes I get into modes, but we can talk about that later.
Sure. Okay. So, what did you feel when you saw that all your stuff had just gone?
Man, I felt violated because, all my stuff was gone. I felt betrayed, angry, disappointed, sad, scared. I felt a lot of fear that somebody had been in my stuff, and been that. I mean, it was her, but I don't know who else might have been involved. I don't have no knowledge of that, but yeah, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. Even just talking about it right now is kind of making me a little bit feel uncomfortable, but I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. So what do you think her motivations were? Like in her mind, maybe she was thinking like, well, Brandon is such an asshole and he deserves this or something like that.
No, I don't know. I mean, people only do what they feel they have to do. I don't know. No, that was the stupidest thing I ever said today, dude. What the fuck, Dad?
Well, it's kind of true.
Is it? I mean, I don't think people are normally out to get one another. I just think people do what they do according to their pain. But that's not what I was thinking. I mean, during that time, I was thinking like, okay, this person is an enemy now. And then just from there, from that thought process, everyone became my enemy.
Wow. So it's like you thought, well, if somebody close to me can do this kind of thing to me, then maybe anybody can.
Yeah.
What did you do in response to this event? Like you just, I guess what can you do? Maybe you call the police, or what do you do?
Yeah, I called the police, filed a report. I ended up having to get a whole restraining order against her, which is still in effect. Like I won that. I had to go to court and everything. And thankfully, though, I had a really cool attorney who helped me out and stuff, and she really helped me win the case. Well, us win the case, whatever. But yeah. So, wait, what was your question? I went off on a tangent.
No, that's it. That's it. That's like, yeah, the action that you took. That was my question.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Then I was on the right path. The hell, ego. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. I got the restraining order. Filed a report. They said I had 3 years to, I'd have to go to small claims court. I'd had 3 years to do that. And I was just after that whole event, I was so emotionally drained. I didn't want to deal with any of it. So I kind of I just left everything to a loss. And she took my video game stuff too, all my video game stuff, which I didn't really care too much about it, just because I don't want to play video games because it's so addictive. Video games are addictive, bro. Bad.
Right.
But
you think she actually did you a favor?
Yeah, kind of, to an extent. Still though, not good at all. But so I mean, I guess legally I won, but emotionally it was bad, mentally it was bad, and I was bad for a couple of years, where I started to not trust anybody. I would self-isolate and not talk to anybody, no matter if it was friends or family, anybody. I didn't trust anybody.
Okay. So you just sort of stewing in your own juices, like just thinking, everybody's out to get me.
Yep.
And just being angry or afraid, or what did you feel?
Yeah, angry at first, but then the anger subsided. It was definitely a lot of fear. Fear was the main force for sure. But the anger subsided after a while. Yeah, I just started not, I don't know how to explain it, because it's like, that's not how I am anymore. I was like this for 2 years. I considered myself militant, very, very militant. And I was proud of myself for not feeling emotions and for not letting anything get to me, not trusting anybody. I was somehow proud of that fact. It was so weird.
Right. Yeah, well, this is a really key point. So it's very interesting how we can have these emotional reactions, and then we start to develop some kind of belief structure around it, or even an identity. So it's like this event happens, you felt angry, afraid, you said, I can't trust anybody, and then you begin to shut down your emotions. Is that right?
Yep, yeah. All my emotions.
What does it feel like what is the experience of life when you're shutting down, like don't want to let anyone in? What is it like?
I don't know, it's weird because it's not normal. Like, I mean, I still can get into that mode, and I can switch it. I can switch into it like consciously when I feel like there's a threat around, or if I feel threatened, or if I feel in fear, I can just be like, all right, militant mode. But the feeling is, I don't know, it's not like there's no emotion involved. I mean, maybe fear.
Yeah. But for me, it's like you're swallowing your fear or something.
Yeah, nothing.
Push your fear way down.
Yep. Just compartmentalize all the emotions, and the emotions don't matter anymore. Only the mission, whatever it is, needs to do. Like, if it's a threat, figure out what the threat is, and whatever I gotta do. Like, that sounds like some Jason Bourne shit or something like that. Neutralize the threat. Okay. Jesus.
Yeah. So what do you think the benefit is? Like, in what situations, and how has that benefited you?
Yeah.
Being that militant.
Right. So the benefit is to not feel vulnerable. That's the whole, and to feel stronger, which in the moment it is strength, but in the long run, it's not really strength. Fear is not strength at all. Fear is not, it's never ending. And, but yeah, in the moment, man, it's, definitely pretty powerful.
Right. So has that ever, have you ever been threatened and you put on that strong face and address the situation?
Yeah, with my brother, I did. When we lived together for like a year and a half, and that sucked too. But, I would do that, and it didn't really, it helped in the moment, because it neutralized the anger that we both felt towards one another just from living together. But in the long run, it destroyed our relationship, or it's destroying our relationship. So it's not really, in the long run, it's not a good thing to be emotionless and impenetrable.
Right. Because it was like you weren't really communicating what was going on within you.
Yeah. I wasn't. I was just being angry in fear, I guess, versus actually expressing how I really felt.
So how did you get over this?
Man, I mean, this is recent. This is pretty recent. I don't remember specifically what, I'm sure I've written it down, but I don't remember specifically what happened, but I just realized one day that I was pushing all of my friends and family away and that I was alone. I think it was the feeling of being alone because up until 2 or 3 months ago, I was living with my brother. And while that whole relationship was super toxic, at least there was somebody there, and we would kick it every day. It's my bro. But when I kicked him out for crazy shit, I started feeling alone and lonely. And I never really felt that before. And then I realized, oh shit, like I'm so emotionless and impenetrable that I pushed everyone away and I don't have any friends left. So I think that was the moment where I was like, okay, I need to do what do I need to do to join the world again? Because I want to join the world again and feel connected.
I'm still your friend, though.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, we've been friends forever, but we've been friends for like 15 years or something like that, since Yahoo chat rooms.
Yeah.
Man. Jesus.
Yeah, man. So what did you decide to do? Like, how did you decide to open up?
What did I do? What am I doing? I just feel the fear and do it anyway.
Susan Jeffers, right?
Yeah, she's the shit. Or she died. Did you know that?
Oh, did she? I didn't
yeah,
know.
like in the 90s or something like that. There's a Twitter.
Oh, really?
There's a Twitter account of her, but it's not her. But yeah, but she's. Okay. Whoever that is, they're posting things as her, like quotes and stuff like that. Anyway.
Okay.
Wait, what was the question again? Oh my god, this is hilarious.
The question was, what did you do when you had these realizations?
Of what? What? Realizations of what again?
When you realized that the cost was too great of being in militant mode all the time. When you realized that being impenetrable actually meant you couldn't communicate with people. What did you do?
Oh, yeah. I just made it a point to, like, I guess, just to show. Okay. Before I decided to really connect with people more, I had to feel the feelings that I was running from by myself. So the fear, all the things I was hiding from by being militant and impenetrable, I had to feel those feelings for myself. That's what I realized. I had to feel those feelings. I had to sit there and just let it in. And I did. I think that's one of the things I learned from CBT was to like feel the things that I have to go through, Can't just run from everything. And
it's really interesting how often this comes up. So like with this interview I did with my friend Georgia Cat, she had an eating disorder.
Yeah.
And she would have these like impulses or like panic attacks, and something would come on and she would just have to sit there, and she literally told me I would just sit with the feeling, and literally she would sit like take a seat and just start to observe her own thoughts and her own emotions and gently remind herself like this isn't going to last forever.
Yeah.
So this is with me for now, but it's not forever.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I was going to say also another thing that really helped me open up more is just not living with my brother anymore. That was a huge trigger for me. And I'm not the only one. I mean, he's not the only one to blame. We were both to blame. We both made each other toxic, But he had a lot of fear just himself, And I think being around him made my fear exasperated it. That's not the word.
Yeah, that's the word.
Exasperated. No.
Exacerbated.
Yes. That one. Yep. That one's going on TikTok. All
right. Well, that's a really important lesson. Like sometimes, well, people have that quote. I can't remember who it comes from, but it's like if you find yourself depressed or angry at the world, maybe it's not you. Maybe you need to take a look around and see if you're actually surrounded by assholes. Not that your brother is an asshole, but there's certain there can be certain environmental factors which we need to at least step away from for a while in order to move on.
Yeah, my brother's an asshole, but so am I too. I mean, when it comes to each other.
You identify as an asshole?
Yeah. No, I identify as a tadpole. With that lyrically mean rap flow.
Is that a fact, though?
Woo! I'm not sure, but I just went bowling with a lot of midgets, and I just hit a ham bone. I don't What is that, dude? Oh my god, dude.
I'm trying to put that together. You've got like on another level with wordplay. How many ham bones does a midget have?
I don't know, but I think a ham bone is like 4 strikes in a row or something like that, or 4 or 5 strikes in a row. That's what a ham bone is.
Really?
Yep. I only know that because I downloaded this game a long time ago it's a bowling game, and it's super addictive and fun. And I would just kill it. I was a beast. Yes, sir. All right. Okay.
You're the ham bone master.
The ham bone master. Oi. I'm speaking in English accent because I'm watching Harry Potter movies. I'm on the last one now. It's so good. I don't know what took me so long. But yeah.
I've still never seen them.
Man.
But there was that parody. It was called like Wizard Folk Dear Reader or something. And this guy had just created his own narration, like invented his own storyline for the whole entire first Harry Potter movie. So that's delete the whole soundtrack or all of the audio from the movie, and just have this guy in this weird voice telling you that the strange big man with the wizard powers.
Expelliarmus.
It was pretty funny.
No, it's Wingardium Leviosa. Right.
What does that one do?
Wingardium Leviosa is levitation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll remember that.
Duh.
Man, I had this dream, like a half lucid dream a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
And I was like, I think my thoughts maybe affect reality. So what if I close my eyes and try to levitate? I didn't. It was kind of weird because I didn't fully realize I was dreaming. But then I was like, it actually works. And then I was doing this stuff like I would jump up and do a flip and like close my eyes and put everything into slow motion and then land and I was doing like not quite floating, but doing these crazy jumping like Matrix style shit.
Sounds like
it's pretty awesome.
Parkour on steroids or something, dude. That's raw, dude.
Yeah. Matrix parkour.
Man, I've been messing up. Like I wake up and I know that I dreamt, but I'll go straight to my phone, man. Straight to my phone. I got to start putting my phone in another room because these dreams are dope. You know, when you wake up from a dream, you're like, oh, dude, that dream was raw. But then just this part of my fucking brain, this addicted to social media part of my brain is like, oh, nope, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I put my phone like far away from my bed, like on my desk.
Yeah.
Other side of the room. I also, one thing that really helps is you put your dream journal, well, I actually put it like next to me on the bed. And as I'm about to go to sleep, I write down in the dream journal, like, what am I going to do in the morning? First thing, write down my dreams.
Ooh.
So having that level of commitment where it's actually on the paper already, that really helps.
Yeah. Do you write your dreams in the on with pencil or pen, or do you write it on the computer?
Yeah, with a pen. Yeah.
Okay, and it makes it's easier, right? Or it's like the recall is better.
Well, yeah, less distractions. So yeah. And I'm still in my bed while I'm writing them. That's the thing. So I don't have to get up and walk to my computer.
I think I'm going to try that tonight. Because every time, whatever I'm doing before I fall asleep, that's what I dream about. Or whatever I'm thinking about. Like last night I was just watching cryptocurrency stuff. And then I was dreaming about cryptocurrency. So yeah,
all right.
I need to write down this stuff, dude. Like Yeah, I got to start taking this stuff more seriously, dude. Because Jesus Christ, bro, you're inspiring, dude. With all your dream, like your discipline with dreaming and writing it down, it's
Thanks.
definitely motivational.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm kind of demanding of myself in that aspect. I'm always like, oh, I didn't get to the next level, or I haven't had that many lucid dreams lately. But it's a process.
Yeah,
it just takes time, and it's really fascinating what we can explore in our dreams.
Hell yeah, yeah, man. I just remember I haven't written down my dreams for a while. It's been like a couple weeks, but I still remember glimpses. If I had only just taken a few minutes and just thought about what I dreamt about, that would have been probably more beneficial to my life than just going straight to my phone and going on a social media.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even though, well, I wonder how meaningful really are dreams. Like sometimes there are some that really stand out, but a lot of the time it's just like, rearranged things that happen during the day or really random stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess it's also like, well, if you remember 100 dreams and one of them makes a big difference in your life, then that's worthwhile,
Mm-hmm. I feel like those ones, the other 99 random ones, are just practice for your recall. And plus,
exactly.
It doesn't have to mean anything either, because I have dreams where it didn't really mean anything, but it inspired me in my real life and made me think about things differently, maybe, or because I feel like as humans, we get used to our life circumstances, and our dreams are almost like a reprieve from that, to like shake things up again a little bit and maybe see things in a different way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think about that. I remember I drew this diagram in my notebook like a year ago.
Yeah.
There's like this kind of spectrum of consciousness, and on one side there's like a completely formless experience, and on the other side there's like a very extremely ordered experience. So everything is completely controlled, and like different psychedelic drugs give you access to different aspects of this, and our dreams and our waking life give us different access to aspects of this. So I remember my friend Ariel told me about when she took the Mexican dream herb. Have you ever heard of the Mexican dream herb?
No, what's that?
It's called, the scientific name is Calea Sacatechichi. Sacatechichi. That's a really funny word. I say that to people in Mexico, and they think I'm joking. Like, that's not a real word, because in Spanish it sounds like, well, in Mexican Spanish it sounds like get your tits out. But
wow.
But it's actually a Nahuatl word, or a Nahuatl phrase. It means bitter grass. So it's also called that. Anyway, the Mexican dream herb, Calea or Calea Z or Calea Z. It's also just called that for short. And Ariel told me she took some, like in a tea. Like, she went to bed. I think she woke up around 3 a.m., took some of this tea and went back to sleep. And she had this extremely boring dream. And she was quite lucid, and it's quite a vivid dream, but just very boring. So she's like, in the dream, she's in Toronto or something, and she's looking at this apartment and thinking about renting the apartment, but she just can't get away from making small talk with the realtor. So she's there for like an hour just talking about really mundane things with the realtor. Anyway, the reason I mention this is because I think that this is like shifting the boundaries. So it's like, normally our dreams can be very chaotic, even formless. Like it's like one thing changes from one moment you know, like this morning I had a dream where I had a pet mouse, and in some moment it transformed into a cat and it started jumping around the kitchen. Then that's quite a chaotic experience. It's like the level of consistency from one moment to the next is quite low.
Yeah.
But then you shift the bounds a bit with Ariel's dream, and she has this experience where she can't even get out of the apartment. Where things are too consistent.
Yeah, that's
so.
crazy. Oh, I mean, what did that do for her in real life? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't think. I think the only thing that changed was she's like, maybe I won't take Kalea Z again.
I mean, it is a lesson in itself, I suppose.
Yeah, but I think it was a question about dose. So I think if you take too much, then it's like your dream life becomes too much like waking life, where things are too consistent. But maybe if you take the right amount, you have a consistency of consciousness, but you'll still be able to explore the chaos or the variability that exists in dreams.
That's interesting. It's cool. I want to try it. I want to try all that. Like, I think definitely mushrooms helped me a little bit too, as far as going through everything in the past couple of years. Mushrooms definitely opened my mind up to new ways of thinking. I mean, remember that when we did the first podcast, mushrooms were a big part of just me separating from my ego.
Right. Yeah. So you had that experience where you sensed your ego as separate from you.
Yeah. Yep. And I haven't felt that like since, but what was it? Like a week ago? It might have been on New Year's, honestly. Yeah, it was New Year's. Holy crap. On New Year's, I don't remember why, but I was nervous a little bit and like lonely too, because I was supposed to go out with somebody and like they stood me up. I don't think they meant to do it or whatever, but you know, whatever. And then I was just kind of like alone or whatever. But then I remember feeling this. It was like almost like it was me. I was in. I trying to. I haven't talked about this yet. I'm trying to like explain it in a way. But I entered this state of 100% total in the present moment, where nothing else mattered. Like before, I was thinking about, oh man, everyone's having more fun than I am. Everyone's having a grand old time. But I was in this like state of supreme peace for like an hour. It was pretty awesome. And it's just,
wow.
I don't know what caused it.
Okay. If you could take a guess, what would you imagine caused it?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Just like completely spontaneous.
Yeah, it was spontaneous. Spun. No, yeah, like it was just this feeling of peace, dude. And it was just me in the present moment. Yeah, I'm an overthinker, so I'm always thinking of everything like past, future, all that. So it was cool. And I just sat there. I was just laying on my bed in the present moment, man.
So now that you've experienced that, do you think you could recreate that?
Yeah, I've been trying. I've been kind of like trying to figure out how to do that. And I mean, it's the answer's simple. It's just less thinking, more action. I think.
Yeah. Well, there's a key point. Like sometimes we think doing meditation or feeling a state like that is actually doing something, but in a sense, it's actually not doing something, and that's the tricky part of it.
Yeah,
like we let go of this ordinary part of ourselves that is thinking so much. All we need to do is just relax, really.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. Less spazziness.
Yeah.
That's why. And then that one lady, Susan Jeffers, that's a big part of everything too. Just feeling the fear and doing it anyway.
So when did that come into play?
When I listened to that, I don't remember when I listened to it, but some audiobook that I came across. Did I get that from you? Or did I give that to you?
I don't know. I mean, I read the book many years ago.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was when we started to get into, like, success with women. And I read...
Double your dating.
Exactly, double your dating.
Bro,
so
dude.
David D'Angelo recommended
Oh,
you're into it anyway.
I didn't know that.
And so that was, like, one of the first self-help books that I ever read.
That's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That there was one line in that book though that really changed everything for me. What was it? Oh, I forgot it now. No. Oh yeah, when she says in regards to fear and being able to deal with stuff, she just said, whatever happens in life, when it happens, I'll be able to handle it. I mean, I'm paraphrasing there, but like just all this thinking about like, oh, dude, somebody could hurt me or something could happen. Just knowing that when it comes, I'll be able to handle it. That's an empowering feeling for me. And I feel it every time I say it. I feel it inside. Like, yeah, like whatever happens, I got this, dude. It's all going to be okay. Like, instead of just being afraid of everything. That was a big
Yeah. I mean, it's so true because so many times in our life, well, if we were to look back, like put ourselves in the shoes of our 10-year-old self and think, if something like this happens, how am I going to be able to deal with it? Well, for a 10-year-old kid, if he's thinking a lot, he'll probably be like, there's no way I'd ever be able to, handle that. I just don't know what I'd do. And then we grow up and we have those experiences, which we had no idea that we'd be able to face. Yep. And we have, like, every single time, just about every single time in our lives, we've found some way to deal with it.
Yeah.
Or like the other day, a friend of mine was talking to me about how he lost a fortune. And this has happened to quite a few friends of mine. And I just thought, wow, how could you, go from this crazy party lifestyle, traveling the world and cocaine and blow and hookers and all, I don't know what else.
And Pokemon cards.
Yeah, exactly. Yu-Gi-Oh! and Magic the Gathering. And then suddenly living the high life. And then suddenly it's just back to kind of normal. Like in Goodfellas, where he's a total gangster, and then at the end is just living out his life in this suburban house.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, it's like how do you deal with that? But people do, like, all the time, and then they a lot of them recoup and rethink and then they go on and achieve even greater things. That happens in a lot of cases.
Hell yeah. Failing is a good thing. I mean, just in general, failing makes us stronger, and it's definitely practice for whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. I really don't. I'm just talking a lot of different things of random different disciplines and stuff. A little bit of Kung Fu, a little bit of Tai Chi, a little bit of chess playing, a lot of hip hop, and lots of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's the recipe for success. Truly, sir.
Oh,
truly.
Okay.
What the fuck? I don't know, man. I'm just channel it from a higher power. Oh, and don't forget the fire flower.
And don't forget to make the lime sour. I don't know.
In the final hour, we came down and crashed the bridal shower.
Yeah.
All right.
So how do you think you got over your paranoia or like your distrust of other people? What changed in your mind?
Man, well, there's a lot of things. It's definitely just not being around my brother. That was a big part of it. Working out really helped because it made me feel stronger physically, but not just physically, but mentally. And it really changed me mentally. Like, because when you work out, you get in that fight or flight mode almost, kind of like in the present moment, like nothing else matters. And I don't know, it just makes you stronger mentally. I don't know how to quite explain it, but I feel like every time I work out, I feel stronger mentally, and anything that happens, like, the paranoia, not there anymore at all. It's great.
Well, do you want to try a little exercise?
Sure.
Yeah. So let's try this. Like, close your eyes.
Okay.
And let's try to go back to when you were in that state of paranoia, or you didn't know if you could trust anybody. Maybe it's manifesting in this militant, rigid body language, like you're not giving off any emotions. What is it like?
It's definitely mostly in the eyes. I feel it right now. My eyes are closed, and like I don't know how to explain it. Like, when I'm happy, my eyes are shining, and I feel like when I'm in this mode that I'm in right now, it's like my eyes become darker, if that makes sense. That sounds crazy a little bit, but yeah, that's how I feel right now. And my voice gets deeper.
Okay.
I definitely focus. You know what? I'm more, what's the word? I'm more focused in on one. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. I'm not open. I'm closed, and I'm more focused and like hyper attentive, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. So it is maybe there's some benefit there in a kind of hyper focus.
Yeah, definitely. I still definitely like utilize it. I just don't I'm not. It's more I control it now versus it controls me.
Right. Yeah. So like
my muscles.
Previously it was. Yeah.
Yeah. My muscles feel tenser. I'm more serious. More mission. I'm ready for a mission, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now, if we move forward, like say you're at a point in your life, well, let's say maybe you just did some deadlifts, or you're in the gym and you just finished a set and just hit a new max on that exercise. What is it like?
Strong. I don't know. Just feel stronger. More impenetrable, I guess.
Okay. So it's like, even though you're not in that like mission style, emotionless, serious mode, you're actually stronger and more resilient now.
Wait, what?
Well, it's kind of, all right. It's kind of, and what I'm trying to get at, this is kind of intuitive element to it.
Okay.
So it's like when you try to be hard, maybe you're actually brittle. Maybe you're not actually hard. But in this scenario where you just finished the set, maybe you're actually relaxed, but in a sense that makes you stronger.
Yeah, that makes sense. I definitely, I still get into these modes where I get militant, but I'd say the being open is stronger. I feel more safe when I'm open. When I get all like militant and stuff, I don't feel very safe now. I used to. I mean, does that make sense?
Yes.
Like go ahead.
Yep. Okay. No, you finish.
I forgot now.
Okay. All right.
Oh my God. I have $1 billion mind, bro. I just got to utilize it.
Yeah. So latching onto 1,000 things at once.
Swear to God, bro. Sorry.
All right. What I was going to ask was if you could sum up your attitude in this moment, when like just after you finish the set, what is your attitude towards life?
If I'm working out?
Yeah. And you feel that peace after doing a set.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm not really thinking too much about life. I'm I'm proud of myself for having finished the workout. I feel strong within myself, and that's all that really matters. Like, I'm in the present moment when I'm working out. I'm not really thinking about anything else. Nothing else matters.
Yep. Okay. Why do you think, like you said, being open makes you safer? I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because I don't know why I said that. Why did I say that? I feel because when I am in moments of openness and love, I feel stronger because I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm around. I don't know. That's a good question, dude.
Well, it made me think about when we used to go, like in my hometown, I used to go out to these clubs with my friend Dan, and I'd be going around and trying to talk to these women, and maybe some would go well, and maybe some women would be like, "Who is this guy?" and but I'd be there dancing and stuff, and there would be some guy who wanted to fight me. Probably. This is what I heard later. Like, it never really occurred to me in the moment. But like my friend would tell me, my friend Eric would say to me later, "Oh, that guy wanted to fight you, but then, he calmed down or whatever."
Yeah.
And it was like I was so open and having such a good time. It was like, even if it occurred to somebody that they wanted to fight me, or they ended up not doing it. Because it was like I had this so much positive energy, and if somebody came up to me to fight me, I would probably shake their hand and say, "How you doing, man? Good, I'm glad you came out here tonight."
Yes,
and they can't. It's very hard to punch somebody after that because you don't want to punch somebody after that,
right? Because the energy. Yeah, that's a good point, dude. Yeah, that's probably what it is then. When you're in the militant mode, it's definitely a lot of negative energy. It's fear. Fear is contagious, and it makes other people afraid. I've been in modes. When I'm in that militant situation, feelings, I feel like everyone else. Maybe I'm just projecting my feelings onto it, but it's definitely not. I'm not met with positive reception. But then when I am open and with a lot of positive energy, it's definitely if energy affects people, man, and we affect people.
Yes,
with our energy. And it's strong. It's not weak. None of us are weak.
Yeah. And so, believe in the power of love.
Yeah, to put it in a cliche way. I mean, it is true, though. It's totally true.
Yeah.
And it does sound cliche. And like a year ago, I'd have been like, no. But
I will never believe in the power of love.
Scott with the power of love. What's that?
You were like a villain in your own story.
Hell yeah, I am. I mean, we are all our own villains, I feel like.
Yes.
Super Ego versus himself.
Yeah.
On Spotify now.
Is that one of your albums?
Yeah. Yeah. Super Ego versus himself. It's just me rapping to myself, and I made all the beats, and it's awesome. And I talk about zebra cakes and Pokemon and animals and other life-shattering topics like snacks.
When does that album drop?
Oh, it's already dropped. I dropped it in
April.
April of this year. Or no, last year.
Really?
April of this year.
I don't know if I heard that one. Cause it was,
oh, no?
Oh, maybe I did. There's Super Ego versus the World.
Yeah.
There's Pilgrimage of a Virus.
Oi. Yep. And then Super Ego versus himself, that's 25 tracks. I don't know if you heard it yet.
Maybe I didn't hear it. Okay.
I mean, it contains hits like Robot Samurai Protocol, Burp, Water Palm Technique, Grime is for the Kids, Willy Wonka, I Have the Hiccups, and The Wine is Too Fine.
Maybe you could tell me, like, some of your creative process, like I guess you normally make the beats first, right?
Yeah, I always make the beats first for sure. Or I find a beat that I made previously.
Sure. All right. And then you start writing to it. Like, how do you start writing?
Well, I have to feel inspired by it. Like, basically, yeah, I love making music. I'll start making a beat, or I'll start looking for a sample by listening to other genres of music, like soundtrack music or soul or funk or reggae. I'll find a good sample that really hits my creative, I guess, whatever energy.
Ham bone.
A ham bone. Yeah, it hits the ham bone and makes me just want to chop it up. Like last night, I made a couple beats. I found a dope sample. Started messing with it. Started making the beat in FL Studio, and then from there it's like, oh, I got to write to this. It's just like an instant response. Like, oh, yep, I got to write to this now, or I got to freestyle to this right now. And usually from a freestyle, I'll come up with kind of a flow of how I'm going to flow to the beat, how I'm going to write it to the beat, and then kind of figure out topics and stuff like that. And then I just go crazy.
Okay.
That's kind of my creative process.
So you get an idea of the rhythm of a line in the song, and
yeah, when I'm
start to fill that out.
As I'm making the beat, I'm coming up with ideas of what to write as I'm making the beat. Yep. And then sometimes images will pop in my head of like, just, oh, that would be cool for like a scene in a music video or something like that. Or like, oh, like that would be cool if this happened. So it's kind of all in one for me. And very scattered brains. Sometimes I'll be making the beat and then I'll be like, oh, that was a cool line. Like I just freestyled the cool line. I got to write that down. And then an image will pop in my head, and then I'll come back to the beat and work on the beat a little bit more and freestyle some more and write some more. It's all in one. Yeah, I never really said that before. That's cool. I didn't even know until now.
Yeah.
I didn't know my own creative process.
Well, it's good to clarify your process. But it is like sometimes people ask me, well, how did you write this song? And I really have to think about it. Or they'll ask me, what's your creative process in general? And I'm like, well, it kind of changes every time.
Yeah.
Like every song I have a bit of a different approach.
Yep.
But yeah, I do remember doing the, like, I think I said to you, like, sometimes with some of the beats I made last year, I would just listen and be like, there's something there. And then I would start just repeating a certain phrase. And I was like, okay, I could do something. Like somehow that phrase almost just emerged out of the beat.
Yeah.
And then I would use that as a basis for the chorus.
Yeah.
And or I wrote that pickle juice track. You remember that?
No, I don't think it's...
No? Okay. All right.
But that sounds...
What happened...
No, go ahead.
Yeah. I remember I was in the kitchen, like, making a sandwich or something, and I had this jar of pickles. I was almost out of pickles. And and I thought of that line from Notorious B.I.G. and he's like, damn, brother's trying to stick me for my papers. Damn, brother. You know the one, right?
I don't know if I know that one, honestly.
Okay. All right. Well, he repeats that line like 4 times in the song, but it's not the chorus. Anyway, so I'm thinking about that flow. Damn. And it was like, damn, why'd I have to eat all the pickles? Damn, why'd I have to eat all the pickles? And then wrote a song about running out of pickles, getting home at 2 a.m. and wishing I had more pickles so I could complete the sandwich.
Oh my God. I got to hear that shit. That's hilarious. I mean, I heard the McDonald's song. That was a good song.
That was truly inspired.
Hell yeah. That was a good track.
Yeah, that was me and my buddy Luke. And Luke was playing guitar, and I started improvising along with it. Like in the song, I'm going to different restaurants and trying to get them to give me a burger or something. And
yep.
I go into McDonald's, and the manager gets mad at me, so I throw his face in the special sauce. That was the punchline of the whole track.
And it's all freestyle. You can hear it. You can hear it here on soundclick.com/freeze4free.
Is it still on?
Yeah, it's still on there.
Yeah.
Yo. Or no. It's soundclick.com/theworld.
Oh, right.
That's crazy. I only know because I went in there. I was listening to some shit like a couple of weeks ago. I can't believe it's still there though. It's raw.
Yeah, nobody uses SoundClick. Well, maybe there's some tight producers that still use SoundClick.
Yeah, I think there still is people. Like, they did a huge update recently. Remember, like they were like promising a freaking update for like 10 years and shit, and they never did it, and they just did it like last year or something like that. Now that nobody cares, nobody gives a fuck. It looks better. Like, it looks like BeatStars or something. It looks exactly like BeatStars.
What's BeatStars?
What's BeatStars?
Yeah.
It's a
it's site for selling beats.
Yeah, basically. It's like a platform for producers to sell their beats. I use it.
Okay, so they took 10 years to make an update, and then they just went and made it look like an old site.
Yeah, kind of. It's crazy. I mean, I think I don't know. They seem, I don't know if they're doing well or not, but like, I'm on here now. It says instrumentals, 2.2 million tracks. Wow.
Right.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I don't know how they're making money.
Yeah.
Nobody uses it. Nobody talks about it.
Yeah,
like outside you and me, I don't think I ever met anybody who even used to talk about it.
I'm going to ask Facebook. I'm going to do that right now. No, I'm not going to do that right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait until after this podcast. No, I'm going to do it right now. Fuck it. Less thinking.
All right,
more.
go ahead. Live on the air, direct from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Super Ego posts on Facebook.
Does anyone use SoundClick? Boom. There we go. Oh.
Damn.
Dun,
knock it out the box, Super Ego.
Knock it out the box, Rick.
Knock him out. Knock him out the box. Kids.
One man.
Knock him out the box, kids. Brandon Kids.
One desire.
What's the one desire?
To make dope music forever.
Damn.
Yeah.
Make dope music forever.
I'm spitting all over my pop shield. Why the hell would I need a pop shield?
Pop some caps. All right, here's the grand question, okay. Mr. Kids.
Oi.
If you could give some advice to somebody who is in some kind of fearful state, maybe they're paranoid, they don't know if they can trust people, what advice would you have for them?
I don't know, man. That's a hard question because everyone's different and everyone's going through. I mean, might be going through the same things, but might need to get through it in a different way that I did. You know.
So how might they start looking for a way out?
Just, I guess, being aware. Just awareness is everything, man. Everything. Yeah. Awareness was everything for me. Just being aware and just not judging the feelings, but just being aware of them and maybe accepting and embracing them. I know it's hard at first. You're not going to be able to do it the first time. Maybe you will. I don't know. But just becoming aware of it little by little.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if you do it a little bit, it might seem very overwhelming if you got a lot of stuff backed up.
Yeah.
But you don't have to handle it all at once. You don't have to get over it, process it all at once. You can take your time and little by little probably figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
All right. Anything else you want to say before we finish up?
I don't know. Not about that specifically. I was just going to say some random
Anything
stuff.
To promote? Super Ego versus himself. That's one.
Yeah, that's my album. I have a project called Super Ego versus himself where it's just me talking to myself for 25 songs. Beats all I made. But I just released a song today called Ichabod Crane. It's just a song.
It's a dope track.
It's a dope track. Did you hear it yet?
You showed me the draft like
Okay.
6 months ago.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you heard it then.
Yeah. So people find you on Bandcamp?
Yeah, you can find me on Bandcamp. Just look up Super Ego Beats, or you can just go to superegobeats.com or all that. But I'm on Instagram too at Super Ego Beats. That's SuperEgoBeats. That's SuperEgoBeats. Yay! Bam, bam, na 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 na. Ho 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 ho. Dun dun dun.
Fade out.
Dun
Fade
dun
to black.
dun dun dun. Sorry, bro.
All right, great. So people can find you. Maybe they can even look us up on SoundClick and keep the site alive.
Soundclick.com/SuperEgoBeats.
SoundClick, SoundCloud puts so many limits. And like on a free account, I think you can only upload an hour of music. But SoundClick, they just let you make 1 million accounts and put song after song on there forever.
All free, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then there's a new thing called LUM, L-U-M. My friend told me about it. It's similar to SoundCloud, but better.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
Some bullshit.
Sounds great. I have to check that out. All right. Cool, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for sharing your story.
Word, bro. Thank you, bro. My energy's all out. No more energy.
Thank you.
I'm dying now. Goodbye now.
All right.
Alrighty then. All right.
All right. I'm going to stop recording now.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't know. That was all over the place, wasn't it?
Beautiful thought.
It's interesting to think that so many things can happen. We can have so many beliefs and identify with so many things. And it might just be a kind of trauma response or stress response to these emotions that we're really trying to avoid. And it can be quite fascinating to think that if all we do is just take the time to sit and look inside, introspect a little, and ask that question, what is inside me? What's going on in my belly? What's the background noise of emotion that's coloring my experience? When we become aware of that, these beliefs and these things that we identify with, they can just slip away so easily. If we notice our own emotions, we can be our own shamans, our own psychotherapists, or our own healers. So everything comes tumbling down, just like a house of cards. It's quite that simple, like that. As I said, so many people, like the interview I did with Georgia Cat, and also the interview I did with Flo Perlin, these things came up where it was so important to experience one's own emotions. They can be so therapeutic. So I mentioned giving cognitive behavioral sessions, just like I did with Super Ego. And what we do is explore the theme, explore what's going on in your mind or in your life, try to boil it down to one key issue, one issue that might make all the others fall into place. And when we can get that, we can ask that magical question, what do you want? What are you trying to get out of life? What would you like to move towards? What would fill you with greater happiness and contentment, fulfillment? And then we can start to collaborate to form an action plan to move towards that. And it might be something small, as James Clear writes about in Atomic Habits, sometimes making these small habits, like even just beginning by not running for 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers, but just even putting on your running shoes just to begin, that can be the start of a change in the direction of your life. So If you're curious about cognitive behavioral sessions, go on beautifulpodcast.com. Also subscribe on Spotify and other podcasting platforms so you can stay up to date, download the latest episodes, come along with me for a magical adventure, and have a great day.
You